Talk about that,
Yeah.
because recently now, the Supreme Court is reviewing that,
Yep.
which many Democrats are saying is going to affect our election because he will not be tried before the election.
Yep.
And, you know, a lot of people are saying that the court is political because of this move. I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, did you think this was the right time to take this on and they're not political, or there was some kind of political motivation behind it?
Yeah, it's so hard because this is such an important question, and it's the worst way to bring up this question because we have this expression as lawyers: "Bad facts make bad law," and it feels a little bit like that. Which is like, of all the cases, do we really want this case to be where this is all decided? But to just give you a little bit of background, so in Washington, D.C., there's a case going on brought by Jack Smith, who's a special counsel that was appointed by Merrick Garland, to review the events of January 6th and the events leading up to it, to see if there was any liability on the part of Trump, but also some other people. And basically, Jack Smith issued this indictment saying Donald Trump they're alleging that he has committed election fraud, obstruction of a governmental proceeding, and all these other things. I think I don't know if they specifically cited the Insurrection Act. I think they may have, but they're basically calling Trump to task for January 6th. And there's this important question that underlies the whole thing, which is he was president at the time.
Does he have presidential immunity?
Right, basically does he have presidential immunity because this was occurring. No, I mean, like if you, it's a very narrow thing. So if he was president and he was speeding, this actually happened with Ulysses S. Grant. You could be like prosecuted for that. There's no presidential immunity for that. But the argument that Trump is making is that when he was president at the time, his calling, different people about the election, trying to create the separate state of electors, trying to give that speech in front of the Capitol is all part of him being president and the things that he can do being president. So that's the question. The district court, if I remember correctly, said, no, you don't get immunity for that. This is not an official act. And then there was a panel of circuit judges in D.C. who all three, some of them were, I think one was a Trump appointee, another may have been a Bush appointee, all agreed saying Trump should not, based on the facts in this case, should not get immunity because it's not a presidential act. It's not an official act. And that's what's being appealed to the Supreme Court right now. And the reason why everyone's so nervous is, A, the Supreme Court's taking a lot more time with this than was thought, right? These things are what are called emerging questions. They're very important. They need to be decided very quickly so the trial could go on.
A lot of people are predicting that the Supreme Court's going to come back and rule that he doesn't. And basically what it did was delay that we couldn't go to trial before the election.
So this is the thing that's in the background of all these cases, which
at
is...
least that's the optics.
Right. So Trump, should he win in November, becomes president on January 20th, 2025, right? And that for him is going to be a magical moment because in that moment, he gets all these protections, right? So the trick is to keep delaying, arguably delay till November, because I think there's some thought that if he gets elected in November, even though technically he's not president for another 2 months, he will, no one's gonna try to put him in jail between that period because we don't even have a procedure. We don't know what to do, right? If he becomes, if he's a president-elect, and we would put a president-elect in jail. There's no precedent for that. We don't know what to do. So I think Trump's strategy is delay all these as much as possible. Also helps in November because he's not going to be convicted of anything in November. So the hope is that he can stretch it out and then get there, win that battle, and then.
Thank you for watching the clip. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also stay tuned for more In the Can with Carmella Cann.